And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at Room-25 Season 2. Whatever. This is an expansion to Room-25. Now, if you don't know anything about Room-25, you go watch my review of the full game of it, which I'm talking about. This here, I'm just going to talk about what this adds to the game. Everything in this box fits inside the original box. This box is currently empty because I was able to do that. Let's take a look at this game and see if there's expansion and see if it's worth adding. Let's talk about the new rooms that are included in this set. There's this room here, which is like a key room. You can play with this to make a mode harder, where you have to find this room first and unscramble the key and then get to the exit. So it just adds a little bit of difficulty to the game. This room, which is my favorite new room, brings out a robot. You can use robots. When you walk into this room, you can move one of the robots on the board. A robot can move, or a robot can push somebody, which is always funny, and certainly makes the games with the traders much more interesting. There's two of these robot rooms. There's another tunnel room, so now when you go to a tunnel room, if there happens to be two other tunnel rooms, you can go to either one of those. This room here is the regeneration room, which lets you bring somebody back from the dead. Everyone's going to like that one. This room here, now we're going to get to the obstacle rooms. This is a MAC room. This lets you draw a MAC card. Now, it's MAC, Madness cards, whatever. These can also be played in the normal game. You can play with a Madness variant where you draw one of these every turn and do what it says. Most of these cards are going to move a row or column. It tells you exactly which one to move and a direction to move it in. But they do all sorts of things. They'll cancel specific people's actions. They will cause somebody to panic. They will shut down all rooms of one color. And there's all sorts of different effects that will happen. And most of the time, they're going to just mess you up. They're going to be a pain in the neck. Then there is this room here, which is the mirror room. When you go there, you lose your adrenaline token. Wait, what's an adrenaline token? Each player starts with an adrenaline token at the beginning of the game. You can spend it to get a third action. That's a big deal. It's a lot of fun. Always play with adrenaline tokens. This one here, the jamming room. As long as someone's in here, nobody can talk to each other or communicate in any way, which is always cool. This room here, when you go into the room, it only has two exits, so you can't get out the other ways. Although there are some of these cards here, chaos cards, will pivot it and change which exit you get out. Red rooms. I know you guys love these. This is the shredder room. As soon as someone goes in it, you can't go in it anymore, and any characters who's still inside it is eliminated. By the way, if a robot goes into any red room, the robot is killed. Then we have the timer room. This increases the timer by 1. That's a bad thing. And then the paranoia room, which is the creepiest looking room in the game. Whenever you go here, everyone's actions are shuffled and you draw them randomly. People are just going to run around in circles. Not very exciting. There are 2 new characters in the game. This allows you to play up to 8 players. They also include more of these innocent characters, so you can play with the traitor. So these are here with their own set of 5 actions. What? Did you say 5 actions, Vasel? I did say 5 actions. That's because each player now has a 5th action that you can use. These actions are specific for your character. For example, one of the characters can pull somebody into a room that they're in. One character can get their adrenaline token back. One character can hide, and she puts this here and nobody can see her or anything like that. One character can sabotage a room or sabotage a robot. So the fact that each person has their own special ability is cool, and the game actually comes with little tiles that tell you what your special ability does, so you don't have to remember it. You just stick this next to your board. And in fact, I should mention that also comes with these little sheets that tell you what all the rooms do. So that's a handy thing to have. And that's pretty much everything that's in this module. There's pieces for different things, like there's locks, because some of the cards make you lock different rooms, and some of the character special abilities need different tokens. And you can mix and match these, and in the rule book itself, there's it shows you how to play and how to make the games harder with different cooperative modes and team modes, and how many of each tile to use since you have so many tiles. Folks, this is definitely one of those expansions where I'm like, you gotta get it. If you like Room-25, get this. If you think Room-25 is decent and wish there was more, get it. This is essential. I mean, this expansion is really cool. Adding 2 new characters, great. Go up to 8. Adding new rooms, more diversity, great. But adding special actions for each character, giving them a different feel, amazingly good. I really like that. It means each character has a different feel to him now. The nerdy guy, he can sabotage stuff. The one girl can hide. I love that feeling. It gives them all their own special ability. The one of the new characters in here, he's a prisoner maybe or something, but he can mimic other people's special abilities. I even like how when a character panics, there's like a chart. Each character does something different when they panic people. I love that aspect of the game. That takes this game from a good rating to a much higher rating. The madness cards themselves make the game harder, which if you don't want to play with the traders, that's a lot of fun. So I like that addition to the game too. And the robots, just having robots on the board and moving them, especially with the traders. That robot's coming towards you and you're like, you're going to help me out with this robot, right? He's going to push me into a good room. Yeah, no. If you have Room-25, you must get this expansion. It's that good. It really takes Room-25 from a game that I like to a game that I'm definitely going to hang on to and keep. And like I said, everything fits in the original box. Good components, but again, the best part is the differentiation of each character, which makes the replayability good, but also allows you to bring more theme into this game, which was already pretty thematic with that whole cube movie thing going on. This brings that to life. And hey, robots, yeah! Dice Tower Judgment, excellent!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.